everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. This is episode 48. Last time, we explored Dinan, Hanin, and Chateau d'Ontaire in the Emerald Graves, and we got through those little locations. A lot of lore, a lot of cool spots, and it was mainly focused on just cleaning up some things. And today, we're going to be heading to a new area, as well as heading back to the Oasis, because what I've done in between episodes is I took Mapo Lass out all by herself to a couple of locations around the Frostbacks and Emprise du Lion, because there were crystal shards to pick up, and I want to go to the Oasis to go and explore some of the chambers. So we haven't been back here in a while, so we're going to go and do that. The good thing about going there on your own without having a party is obviously there's no risk of missing out on any party banter, and I just wanted to do like a little bit of off-screen crystal shard grinding and nothing else. So we did that, which is very good. So if you ever just want to run around and pick stuff up and don't want to get dialogue because you're not recording, it's best to just run around on your own. So we'll go to the Oasis, run on through, and see what we can find. Now, I'm not sure how many shards we have in total, but I'm pretty sure I've collected all the ones available to me thus far. I think the only ones that we probably don't have is, I assume that there's going to be some... What the fuck? Since when was there a giant in this place? What the fuck? Since when was there a giant in the Forbidden Oasis? What the fuck? Hello? What in the world? Okay, my train of thought. I think the only places that there are probably shards to still get might be in the Deep Roads DLC. They might have added them in there like they did with the Frostbacks. And then the Hissing Wastes, which we haven't been to yet. There we go. What the... Oh, it bounced on its knees as well. Wow. Okay. That's, highly irregular. I also have not emptied my inventory yet because I forgot, but that's okay because all of that stuff is garbage anyway. That's very weird. Okay. Let us push on. We just fought a giant unexpectedly. I'm just trying to have my little walk to the... Actually, it's the other way, isn't it? My little walk to the temple. And we're thinking about our shards. So if I go to the world map, the Hissing Wastes we haven't explored yet, so it's probably got them in there. I picked all the ones up here, so the only things left is like there's like this dragon quest. But I assume that it'll also be in the what's it called? Deep Roads DLC stuff as well. But we will see. So we might be able to get... I think we'll get the final door of the Cold Endured open. And then there'll be another one. Oh god, why is my... Oh. My character does not know how to walk straight.
Iron Bull, how do your people put on shirts?
We don't, usually. It's pretty hot where we come from. But I can get into anything with a loose collar. Just gotta ease one horn through and then angle it up. There's a term for getting caught unprepared that translates to running around with clothing stuck on your horns.
Colorful.
Pretty sure he's already spoken about that. So I think we're getting repeated dialogue now, which is a shame. Now, in this temple, we've got the fire captured and the cold endured, so I'm not sure if I don't think we'll be able to get through all of them here. But we should be able to finish up the cold endured, and then maybe get 1 or 2 doors into the fire captured. I just wish that there was lore here, you know? Because so far it's just statistics. God, I'm getting brutalized by this Revenant. I am getting absolutely brutalized by that Revenant. Holy shit. Lovely. Okay. Let's take a look around, shall we? With my full inventory. Superb belt of cold resistance. Alright, well, I'll just... Oh man, I picked up so much crap, didn't I? I'll just destroy some things that I know that I'm not going to need. Give me all of my cold resistance, please. And all of my gold. Alright, so that's the cold one. I love it when the game won't let you squeeze through areas. Okay, we've got weird runes popping up on the floor. Okay, they're still popping up on the floor. That's weird. I think something that really annoys me about this game is the terrible maneuverability of your character. Like, you can barely even jump and climb on things. You're always slipping off of it, and then you can't even slip through smaller surface, like smaller little gaps that you should be able to. Definitely frustrating. Give me some hiking boots or mountain climbing gear. Alright, here's the third door. The third one of the 3. The fire captured. I can only hope that maybe we just get some decent dialogue from our characters at the very least while we're walking around here. Otherwise it's a little bit of a pointless adventure. We are getting fire resistance now. Oh, okay, so we have 5 out of 12 shards. So we unfortunately cannot open this one at this time. More shards than we're carrying. That's a shame. Okay. So we need 7 more for this door, and then what is it, 18 for the other one. So there's still 25 shards left for us to gather. And then presumably that'll open up this door that's above us. But there you go. There's our little trip to the Forbidden Oasis. Every time I come here, I'm like hoping that maybe like there'll be some lore or something that will pop up. But I'm interested to see what will potentially happen with the main door, because there are just 2 more left than we can see. So plenty of shards left for us to gather. So we're going to leave, and we're actually going to head to the Western Approach, and we're going to clear out all of these quests that are all together. So it's the hunting patterns for dragon signs and how to lure a dragon. And then we've got a couple of other things as well. We've got the fortress squatters. Yeah, fortress squatters as well. clear this out, see what we can get.
Of course, Durin's theory of high dragon behavior is absurd, but... Oh. Yes? Did you need something?
I've spotted several dragon signs around the approach.
Most excellent, my friend. I don't suppose you noted the wound pattern? No matter, I'll look into that later. Andrast is mercy. From what I can tell, the dragon has been moving east and will be scouring the wastes next. Naturally, the dragon's hunting ground is full of miscreants, White Claw raiders. They've covered the area in traps for Maker-only-knows reasons. Quite a mess.
One tail feather and one batch of intestines, as requested.
My friend, you are invaluable. I will certainly note your assistance in my monograph on the High Dragon. I will attempt to lure her out as soon as my background research is complete. Mistakes could be deadly. The ancient Tevinters wrote volumes on the study of dragons. I believe they had a laboratory in this desert. If only their work had not been lost. Truly, the Blights set the field of draconology back centuries. Deplorable.
I found this manuscript on dragons in an ancient Tevinter laboratory. Will it help you?
What remarkable diagrams. Are these chambers of the draconic heart? Oh, if only I could read the script. Do you perhaps know a linguist? Or a Tevinter historian?
Don't look at me. Nobody's spoken that form of Tevin in 700 years.
I don't, but the Inquisition might. I'll speak to our specialists. We'll have to speak some other time.
Okay. All right. I arrange for a translation at the war table. That makes sense. I love that the first thing that I do is I'm like, oh crap, I actually have Dorian in my party. And he's like, nah. That's so good. Love that. Also love that our previous exploration had already awarded us with that manuscript. It's like, god damn it. If only there was information I could have like this. It's always just so silly and like satisfying when you've already done something that you didn't know would be required later. All right, we can put some people to work at the war table. Get some translating done for this manuscript. Summon the War Council. Okay. Translate the dragon text, and we've got to bestow a morning halla, actually. Inquisitor, in light of the information you gave us regarding the truth of the events at Red Crossing, we would like to offer a sign of mourning to the village, since both sides played a part in this tragedy.
Ready to make our move soon, I think.
Since both sides played a part in this tragedy, honoring the village with one of our halla seems appropriate. If it could be kept there, it might remind both sides of the fragile beauty of things that journey to places where they are strangers. I understand the villagers of Red Crossing do not trust the Dalish, given our history. If you could convince them to accept this tribute in good faith, it would be greatly appreciated. With the right rumors, the villagers in Red Crossing will think they are being granted custody of a captured trophy. If it's this important, we can march the Harla in with some troops. And I can twist the noble who controls Red Crossing into accepting this, but it will end 2 marriages and lead to at least 1 duel. That's funny. I don't like the idea of being like, let's just trick them to honor their victory over the Dalish.
At your service.
I'd like to see the nobles have some petty squabbles take place. And let's translate the dragon text. Oh, interesting. It's can only be done with Josephine. I've been considering your last letter, and as I do owe you a debt of gratitude for handling the Cumberland incident, I think I've found something that may solve your mystery. I have an acquaintance in Minrathus who has a brother in that circle's College of Antiquities. A few favors, and he may be able to translate your ancient text, but I should warn you, they are likely to be costly favors. Still, This may be your most promising avenue. Done. Esteemed Ambassador Montilier, enclosed you will find the completed translation of your fascinating manuscript, which our scholars estimate to predate the First Blight. The dialect caused quite a stir in historical linguistics. The College of Antiquities would be most interested in further cooperation with the Inquisition should you uncover more Tavine documents from the pre-Blight era. Nice. Alright. This is actually the first time that we're ever going to actually say yes. When they're like, do you want to venture there now? This is the first time we're actually going to be like, yes, let's go there right now. Because usually it's like, oh, I've got stuff to do. But this is the stuff to do. So let's have a look. Looks like we'll be facing another dragon. So obviously we need the bull to be here.
Of course, Durin's theory of high dragon behavior is absurd, but... Oh, yes? Did you need something?
My people have translated that Tavine manuscript.
Studies on dragon hunting patterns? Migrations? Ha! Durin's theory that dragons can't see the color blue is refuted. Now, I need to determine the appropriate spots so the lures can be planted. If you've observed anything, perhaps Gurn with the claw and burn marks of a dragon attack, I would be glad to hear of it.
We'll have to speak some other time.
Alright, nice. So I'm assuming... sharper white claws. The white claws won't be happy that their traps were destroyed. Senior raiders will likely investigate, providing an ideal moment to take them out. Down we go then.
I'm curious to see who comes running now.
I assumed that they would have been coming from their little cave. Oh, there they are. Return to Frederick.
Goodbye!
I totally forgot that our companions just do not talk to each other in this area, do they? For some reason.
Oh, my fellow researcher, what can I do for you?
The raiders are no longer in the way.
I've made note of the appropriate spots in the wastes for you to place lures. Place this bait, and then wait. It will be a momentous achievement in draconology.
I'm off to plant the bait for the High Dragon.
I cannot wait to hear your observations. You must make note of how she circles the hunting area.
We'll have to speak some other time.
Okay, back and forth, back and forth. Now we place the lures.
Boss, I want you to know, you're the best.
As soon as I place the lures for the dragon, I just want you to know you're the best. Okay. The Abyssal High Dragon. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Gotta take Bull out on his dragon slaying adventures. Please land anytime in the designated landing area. There are plenty of lures available for you to snack on before I decimate you with my spells. Is it going to land at any point in time? Oh, here we go. Oh, I love the color. Oh, cool. Scripted entrance. What's it immune to? Cold vulnerability and a greater fire resistance. Okay, that's good because I've got my cold staff on. I've been kicked into the air. This dragon fight's been the best because it's not doing that stupid bullshit where it goes and flies around for like 5 years. It actually stays and fights. Gotcha. Beautiful looking dragon. Love that green underbelly. Nice. Alright. And a level up. Learn more about dragons operation available. And Iron Bull approves naturally. The Nameless Blade, a dual blade dagger. This knife was wielded by a Grey Warden who lived through the Third Blight once it was etched with the Warden's name, but time and use have rendered the inscription unreadable. Nice. Bit of a lower level item there, unfortunately. Now the Ring of Armor penetration would be quite nice. Give that to Cole with his daggers. Lovely. Let's report back to Frederick with that new dragon slain.
After more than 30 days, I have yet to observe the Abyssal Dragon in... Oh, yes? Can I assist you?
Oh, well, we lured it out and, you know, you've been obsessed with it for so long and I just killed it immediately.
The High Dragon attacked me when I planted the bait. I'm afraid it's dead.
She attacked? How wonderful! You had a first-hand view of her behavior. Did you take any notes on her aggressive posturing? I suppose you wouldn't have. No matter. I should very much like to interview you. At a later time, of course. I could join your Inquisition. My expertise could be of use, and your scouts could help me find other specimens.
Certainly. I'm sure the Inquisition could use a draconologist.
Excellent. I'm sure my research will be of great use to you.
Nice. New agent acquired. A draconologist. We almost have a new Inquisition perk. There you go. One more thing to do in the land of no party banter is the fortress squatters. So let's go clear out the bandits. It's just 3 people here. That was it? For fortress squatters, just 3 people. Gentlemen, leave the wardens to their work. Concentrate efforts on the dragon service. Alright. Just ran over here to knock 3 dudes on the head and go, yep, my work's done. Alright, I think we're done with the western approach, which is very nice. We're going to travel back to Skyhold because Josephine is ready to turn in on her operation. And then I think we're going to poke our head into a brand new area. I also think that I probably have some other crystal shards in previously explored locations. I just haven't found like the skulls yet to find them. But I'll probably do that off screen as well. Like the crystal shards is just picking up items with no material gain. So I'll probably have a look around in my spare time, of which there is frighteningly little. But it's better than just running around picking up stuff, isn't it? Let's see what Josephine's got for us. Inquisitor, thank you for convincing the villagers of Red Crossing to acquiesce. I understand that they were reluctant, but perhaps this sign of shared mourning will lead to new healing and growth. Please accept these gifts. May they aid your Inquisition in its quest. A chromatic greatsword. Nice. Lovely. So we have a chromatic greatsword. Let's have a read of its flavor text. This greatsword pulses with shifting energy that adds a devastating elemental effect, chosen at random to each blow. The crafting style is ancient elven, forged before their empire fell. Inside a gem on the hilt is a highly detailed carving of a hawk snatching up a hare. Interesting. Hawk. What does it look like? It looks like that. That's a pretty cool looking piece. It just kind of blends into Iron Bull's armor there at the top. Oh, and it's a little pommel being like a little skull. Some cool details there. Alas, the swift great axe prevails. All right, let's go to the last area on our map that we haven't explored that isn't DLC. We're going to travel to the Hissing Wastes. Has it been long enough? Maybe. We don't know anything about this area, so I don't know who's relevant to take. But I'll bring sort of my standard crew, I suppose. And by standard crew, it's Solus Cole and somebody else. But we'll bring this trio because maybe Solus and Cassandra have some unfinished business to talk about with Lambert, or maybe that's over now.
Any luck charting the area?
I did what I could, your worship. This space has nothing but... space. If there's nothing valuable here, I say let Corypheus have it.
There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way that the video game character just said, don't bother. There's no fucking way. Like, you imagine arriving to a brand new region or location in a game, and you're like, oh boy, let's see what's out here. And the scout says, fucking don't bother. Like, it's just empty. Oh no. That's bad.
I'm sure there's something deadly and enchanted and so on underneath all this sand.
I did find something for you. Old Dwarven ruins on the surface. Impossible, but there you go. The Red Templars are digging them out, with Venatori supervision.
Whatever they want, we must beat them to it.
I just saw Red Templars heading northwest to here. They might be a good start. I found this map on a dead one. Maybe it shows where they're headed. Good luck.
Okay, so we've got Red Templars and Venatori. Oh, yeah. And another one of these. Another one of these, our skulls of the Dream Slain. So they're hanging out by their pillars. Search the Venatori camp north of the cove. There's 7 camps in the Hissing Wastes. Jesus. Why are there so many? Why are there so many camps? Unreal. Unreal. Oh, hang on. Hang on, sorry. For some reason, in OBS, my desktop audio just went to infinite minus for the sound. I didn't just mute it. It is infinitely lowered the volume. There we go. That should work. Alright, I think that's back to normal. What did we get? The Hissing Wastes Geological Survey. Okay, we need some Navarite. Alright, well we got rifts, we got sand and ruin of Venatori presence, and we've got quarries. And we've got camps. Alright, doesn't seem like there's much here, but as usual, whenever you first enter a location, that is what it always looks like. And then you start finding a whole bunch of stuff. This is what we'll start doing. We enter a new area and we just close our eyes and run towards the objective. Therefore, you can't get pulled into a whole bunch of other stuff to do, right? We're so close though. There was more than less than I thought that I had to do, because I was thinking of what we had left. And it was this Hissing Wastes, the Deep Roads, and then I was thinking we had much more quests in other areas, but we really don't. It's just kind of like some basic stuff. So we're definitely going to be getting on the right track soon of having this work done.
What is it, Cole? Why the odd looks?
Light pastry with blueberries, sticky on your fingers, small hands reaching as Anthony tears his in half. But when you got to the kitchen, they were all gone.
Ah, yes. They are delicious, but do not last long.
I could get you one. The cooks don't see me.
Just because they don't see you doesn't mean it isn't theft.
I love that. Teaching Cole about what theft is. Also, just Cassandra being like, oh yes, you're diving into my early childhood memories. Look at this claw thing holding an eye. What the fuck is that all about? Someone make a comment on it, because it looks crazy.
Solas, I am sorry about your friend.
Thank you.
I knew demons and spirits were similar, but I did not know one could become the other so easily.
Not similar, Seeker. The same. The Chantry sees black and white, but nature is, and always has been, grey. A spirit is a purpose. A demon is that purpose perverted.
That might be true with the spirit of compassion, but what is the purpose of a hunger demon?
Survival. Satiation. The pleasure of taste, of feeding. True hunger, however, is much darker. Think of all those who starve in this world. Mankind has itself to blame for the existence of demons.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. I love Solus talking about demons and spirits, right? Especially like that. It's like, think of where hunger comes from. That's good stuff. Ooh, our first piece of sacrifice. Okay. I think what we're searching for is above us. A journal on Dwarven ruins. Oh, there are 8 of those. The inscriptions on the ruins are all in the old tongue. Thank you, grandmother, for teaching this ungrateful brat old Dwarven. The writing talks about the sad parting from the stone. Hundreds of years ago, several houses left their taigs to settle here under one leader. They were running from a war, or running so there wouldn't be a war. I read and reread the pillars until the light faded, but I know I'm missing something. I'll go back tomorrow. I wish Felicity's sister hadn't talked her out of joining me. I could use an extra pair of eyes to keep watch at night. Cool. Okay, we've got some diary pages, and they have not been marked on the map like some quests do. They'll go, here's stuff. So you know what that means? We have to fucking search for that shit, and that's gonna suck. Sketch of a burial grounds tomb near some dwarven pillars. Sketch of a canyon tomb with those things and another dwarven statue. Short note. The tomb of Firel. Morena, I'm returning to the main camp. Don't linger past sunset. We were working by torchlight past dark when a horde of spiders poured out of the canyon's rocks. They are Red Templars on patrol, but if the Overseer wants us to go faster, he should ask the wretched brutes to guard us while we work. We already have few enough Venatori after the disaster at Redcliffe. Something the Red Templars have taken pains to remind us about, I've noticed. Are all Templars in the south this haughty? Alright, so... Seems like the Hissing Wastes is a lot of sort of old, ancient history for us to uncover in both diary pages and ruins. They also seem to be painfully slow. I guess maybe we can assume that we'll find these diary pages in important locations, but obviously we'll have to see.
The dragon Corypheus commands, could it truly be an archdemon?
One assumes that if it were, we would be facing a blight.
So what is it then? A corrupted dragon? Simply another darkspawn?
It is connected to Corypheus. Such a relation goes beyond mere control. It is a bond.
It makes you wonder if that's all the archdemons themselves are, pets to beings who no longer exist.
I would not go as far as that. This dragon is a replica, spawned from a creature who aspires to greatness, no more.
Cool. Someone want to catch Cassandra up on the memo that we already figured out what the deal was with that? No? Okay. That's funny. Alright, so here is those pillars, but it might be even closer because I'm not seeing an actual statue. But I will go and continue my campsite journey. Okay, hang on. There's something going on in this room, and I've just summoned a bunch of demons. Oh, okay.
They were dwarves. They think they still are. They sound like dust tastes.
Dwarven demons, they sound like dust tastes. And the brothers swore and mourned when their father returned to the stone. Okay, we've got a story that we've got to do in the correct order. After many years, Firel, greatest of paragons, could not bear life's burden. So the tomb of Firel. And with the burden growing, he called his sons to his bedside. He bade each son swear he would take care of his brother. Okay, well that's easy. We just go around in a anti-clockwise motion from this one.
What did the old dwarves hide here?
A burial chamber, I think.
Dwarven inscription. Oh, I've got a few codex entries here. Dwarven inscriptions, hissing wastes. After many years, Fire. Oh, that's just what we read. Okay. That is just what we read. What else is in here? The Quillback. Those men of learning who claim dominion over the cold, weirdly angled laws of this world would deny knowledge as a man in repose draws a blanket over himself. Oh, hang on. Would deny that unutterable savagery of nature, conjuring their knowledge as a man in repose draws a blanket over himself, somnolent to distract from cognizant mind and the lethargic... I've just passed away by needing to read all of these words. Calignosity of this world, such mendacities made manifest in the Quillback. Who the fuck wrote this shit? Footnote in the margins of a manuscript by the Baron Scribe Dunwich. Do better. Oh, hang on, no wait, that's a footnote. It's Baron Havard Pierre Diamortisan who wrote this fucking shit. Its hooked beak describes a smile that makes mock of the laws of man and maker, and in the sagging folds of its rough and squamous hide lies no elegant simplicity. But look upon its dorsal ridge for the proof, if logic be a refuge, for in the ebon spines that jut uncaringly from its back, no man of learning can fail to see the cold and twisted spires of the black city itself. What maker would give mock to our ebullient transgressions by marking his domicile into the flesh of this repugnant eater of flesh, this scavenger of wastes and deserts? What message can any man read in this carrion feeder's decrepit spines that the golden city of which we dream is black, always black, the swollen infection, poisoned from time beyond the knowledge of our insignificant minds, awaiting only our unheeding touch to afflict us with understanding of our true place in this vast, uncaring world? Master means that it's pointy. I've never read a codex entry where I've immediately gone to the bottom to go, who wrote this shit? Like, I've never had that response before. We've got all our crafting materials. The Amrita vein. Amrita was a hedge mage, famed for her talent as a herbalist. She could brew filters to soothe every ache or ailment, even coax the ill back from the brink of death. As word of Amrita's talents spread, she was made a target for capture. Amrita fled from them, refusing to go to a circle. The Templars took off in pursuit, dogging her steps until they came to the edge of the western approach. Knowing the Templars were less than half a day behind her, Amrita forged ahead. When the Templars came to the edge of the desert, they stopped and turned back, believing that Amrita would be doomed to die in that sand-blasted wilderness. But Amrita did not die. She crossed the wasteland on foot, living off the strange plants that grew there, finding water in roots buried beneath the sand. On that long trek, Amrita discovered the herb now known as Amrita vein. She brought it out of the desert with her and continued to study and cultivate it. Amrita's extensive writings about desert plants, including Amrita vein, eventually found their way to the White Spire, where it was decided that her contributions would earn her a degree of freedom. She was allowed to continue living as she desired, as long as she submitted to the harrowing. And in places, I suppose this is where we are now. This one I always struggle to find. It just like the notification blends in so well to this stupid little background. There it is. The Hissing Wastes. Felicity, you're chasing nonsense, even if there were an old city buried in the Hissing Wastes. What makes you think the university would send you there on the chance you'll dig up an interesting slab of rubble? I skirted the edge of it once. If the wildlife isn't venomous, it's filled with fangs. The days bake, the nights freeze, and the only other souls you meet have even worse reasons for being here than you do. I haven't even mentioned that dragons like to nest in the rocks. Ask Alphonse how he got the scar on his arm. He'll tell you. Leave that desert of treasure to the treasure hunters, my dear. Our empire is full of ruins. Let us find one in a more hospitable climate, such as Montsamard in the spring. Resources found here. Stuff. Okay. Basically, everything that we read about this place is don't bother, which is, again, hilarious. How enticing of an area to go, just don't bother. Even in universe, they're like, no, just don't do it. Guard damage bonus. I'll give that to Cassandra. What have you got? You've got enhanced rally and enhanced war cry. Take one off. Actually, fuck it. Oh, we'll give you more stagger as well. Why not just take off both? Because I said so. Have that instead. Okay. We got a new banner.
I had not considered how fighting in our world might affect the Fade. Is it always thus, Solas?
It is worse this time, with the breach pulling spirits through against their will. But yes, every war, no matter how just, leads to hunger and rage, and so come the demons.
It is said that generals should avoid fighting in the same battlefield too many times.
The deaths, the rage, all of it weakens the veil.
But nothing is ever said of the effect war has upon the world of spirits, what we might be doing to them.
Every war has unintended victims. All too many go unnoticed.
I love Solus and Cassandra talking about this stuff. This is really cool. That's some good dialogue. Okay, there's still more to... Not necessarily this tomb, maybe? Specifically, but maybe there'll be more areas to find. There's a Mabari here and just an empty buy and sell thing. Welcome to my shop, be back soon. Bet ya will make change for you. Oh my god. Amazing. What could we buy here? Helm of the Draska. The Draska were an order of warriors formed in the ancient Anderfels to resist the Tevinter Imperium reconquest in -535 Ancient. Renowned for their whirling blades and skill with the bow, they were brutally hunted by the Imperium until the last members fled into the blasted hills of the south. Rumors persisted that the Draska continued on and played a part in the Anders rebellion against Orlesian rule following the Second Blight, but if that is true, they subsequently drifted into obscurity once again. Dexterity, magic, and range defense with a 44 armor rating. I'll take it. Why not? Just a legendary hat. Might give that to Varric. Someone. We got some superior pieces here as well. Electrical resistance. Heal bonus, underwind hit. I think I have some pieces that can wear them, but I'm not sure. Superb demon slaying rune. Damn, this is all the stuff that I forget to look at in shops, because, to be honest, I have been finding recipes and crafting other stuff that's good anyway, so I'm not too bothered. But thank you for that. We've got a landmark up there, because of course it's up there. Amazing. Just a random little canyon shop. I'm just going to assume those are the kills of the Mabari Hound. I wonder if, oh god. I wonder if you'll be able to eventually see the person who wrote that note. We're entering a hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil canyon.
Voices sing, but the hawk has flown away and cannot hear them. Standing by the door, legs stuck. I shouldn't be here. Where is his sister? Is she crying? Can she breathe? I couldn't breathe. Pain twists, but for which one? It isn't your fault he died.
Perhaps not. Sometimes knowing that isn't enough.
Can you know it more?
Be easy, Cole. I will be fine.
Cole just keeps going, hey, I'm going to dig around in your brain for a bit and give you forced therapy time. Cole definitely does need to learn about consent with digging around in people's brains and talking to them about it.
What is it like when Templars nullify magic, Solas?
It is as though you are drawing upon the world around us. Mages draw forth the essence of the Fade, and use that essence to shape reality.
And our powers drive it back, making this world harder to affect?
In a manner of speaking. You reinforce reality so it is less mutable. The Fade has nowhere to gain a foothold, and the magic disperses.
No one has ever accused me of reinforcing reality before.
You are a seeker of truth.
A seeker of truth, a reinforcer of reality. Amazing. So Cole and Solus are having less conversations together now, but that allows Cassandra and Solus to have some good talks, which is really nice. I'd be curious about getting some other characters to do the same. We found another ruin. Let's see if there's more. There's more notes, but let's see if there's more of this diary. And then we've got a camp here as well that we can establish. Lephus, I expected the wagon we sent out to the canyons to return to the Watchtower by evening. It is now past noon. That it does not take a half day to travel from camp to camp should be obvious, but if no one has the sense to be alarmed, look for them immediately upon finishing this letter. Take archers with you. Those spiders in the canyons seem to fear nothing but that screeching monster to the east. I'll be by the 4 pillars. Devronex. Okay. Astoris, the work goes well, but we're bound to be followed sooner or later. I've set up a watch on higher ground in the Sunstop Mountains, obviously named by someone who never beheld a real mountain. If you're looking for Harmonum, he is looking for the tomb in the canyons to the west, Magister Eurythus. Okay. Some stuff. This dude was too lazy to join his friends in battle. I'm just going to set up camp. Does he still roam around? He does. He just still roams around camp. Amazing. I'm just going to leave him be. He can just hang out with my Inquisition's friends. Astoris, not only did we find the Dwarven tomb precisely where I said we would, the writing on the stone uses a transitive verb found only in scripts that predate 700 Tevinter date. It means obviously that these ruins were built just before the first blight, just as I predicted when we started this expedition. I believe you owe me some gold. Lovely. Let's take a look down here. Okay, so we've got multiple of these. Demons of the Stone. Until further notice, do not tamper with the torches. Lighting them in the wrong order summons demons. The inscriptions on the pillars indicate the correct order, but wait until we have confirmed the accuracy of our translations before proceeding. I've made maps to the other tombs where there are similar structures. Let the same warning stay your hand there. Magister Gallus. Okay, so all of these are just showing us all the different tombs. Well, amazing. Oh shit. I really need to stop just doing it because it's right in front of me. I was like, as soon as I did it, I was like, wait, that's the other stuff. What I need to do, what I was going to say was, it's very interesting that they're like, we need to trust our translators, and I'm like, huh, I'm just reading it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just reading it. Okay, this is the first one. This is the Tale of Firel, Paragon among Paragons. pride these holes were made. 2 against their father's wishes. And the loss of these holes were made to honor, and for loss, to honor if brother mourned. Okay, well, this is the first one. This is the tale of Phyrel, paragon among paragons, father of 2 sons. Who against their father's wishes fought from foolish words and foolish pride. This is number 2. Doesn't grieve his loss. And for the loss these souls were made. Okay, that's the last one. So you just do a little bit of a crisscross motion. Whoa, it's so much more difficult. Yeah, crisscross. Oh my god. Alright, there's another tomb. So it seems that a lot of this area has our mosaic pieces for sacrifice and loot.
I know little of their meaning, but I did not think it was possible to remove Dalish tattoos.
Most Dalish would agree with you, and see little value in doing so.
Then how?
It was done in a private moment. I would rather not discuss it.
Of course. I should not have asked.
Can I talk about it? No, Cassandra, let's talk about it. Oh, I love that our characters are actually acknowledging it. That's really good. Big fan of that. Big fan of that indeed. So our different characters are eventually going to talk about it with Solus. Hey man, why'd you do that? Please respect my privacy.
Completely buried. What now?
The Venatori want these tombs. Let's see if they found another way in.
A blocked doorway. Avantham, if your eyes were as sharp as your tongue, you'd have long realized that we found more than just another tomb. This is where the dwarves who built this city emerged from the deep roads. Whatever drove them here, they were determined to stay. The lowest levels were deliberately collapsed. Send Virtus back when he's done with the runes into the canyon. Do not make him lift anything heavier than a quill. That slave cost a pretty fortune. Alright. So they emerged from the deep roads here and left it behind. The stone abandoned. Solanus, 4 slaves injured and 10 crushed under the rock. We couldn't excavate this entrance with 50 if we keep losing so many. I propose we dig down from the top. There's no other way to reach the tomb without risking another rock slide. Leave this note for the others. I must inform the overseer about our reduction in labor. Lovely. And we've got another question mark. And that'll be up the top, I assume. We'll leave the giant hulking red lyrium behemoth to his own devices as he phases through solid objects, and we'll try and find a way up here. So it seems that, you know, they're not wrong. There is a lot of space in this area. It is a lot of space. But luckily, once we have these camps sorted, there won't be anywhere near as much running around. Okay. This is a big-ass mountain. And maybe that question mark is like actually underground or something, who knows. But at least we'll be able to close the gaps with these camps so we can just zip zap zop across the map for whatever comes up here. Is this a way up, or have I just gone mad? Oh, we're at the Sunstop Mountains. I think I can run up the back here, actually. So there you go. I've not wasted my time after all. That's good. Let's get right up the top here. Where are we? Question marks. What can our elf eyes see, Maple Lass? Yes. Yes. Of course. But of course. If ever you are in need of crystal shards, you may look through the eye of a skull of a dream slain and rejoice, for you can now collect shards to open a door Yeah. There's got to be one over this side. Or not. Two over that way. Aha, I believe they have found the entrance to the lower levels. Here I am! Who the fuck said that? Note from the Silent Quarter. Solanus, there are eyes on me when the rest of the camp is asleep, or during the day when the animals rest. The ancient dwarves who inhabited this place could not have known, as they are deaf to the song of the Fade, but the veil in the wastes must have been thin even before the Elder One, sundered open the sky. To that end, watch Corix. Your cousin has grown suspiciously quiet since we arrived. He's also been seen leaving the Overseer's camp at night. Say nothing, but follow him the next time he wanders, and report to me. You almost got me with that one. Well, they can continue their fighting. We're going to dive into a hole in the ground. Goodbye, everyone. Ow, my ankle. A journal on Dwarven ruins. It's a paragon. The man who led the people here who built this city was Master Smith Paragon Firel. Legend says he died in the deep roads during a war between two Tigers who used his runework to build fantastic weapons of destruction. If he escaped up here, that means the records are wrong, or someone 1,000 years ago tried to pretty up the truth about his leaving. The most talented shaper of runes in Dwarven history, escaping with his entire house to the surface. Now that will fluff some beards in the shaper. My father said our old family business used to be near an archway that was part of Firel's Paragon statue. Wish I could have shown him this. He's the one who wanted to believe our ancestors in the stone were still guiding us. Be nice to think it were true, old man.
What the Templars did to you, to the real Cole. I knew the treatment was harsh, but...
Yes, beatings. Worse. Do you remember telling me? No, you can't do that now. The Tranquils don't say no to anything.
Maker's breath.
Not all, but enough. The good Templars were too afraid to stop the others.
Whatever happens in the future, there will be changes to how Templars and mages govern themselves. The Inquisition may have a say in such changes. I would appreciate any insight you might have.
Compassion and faith. Not all, but a start. I can help. I can try.
Nice. This trio has some good conversations with each other. Firel hewed the stone and built as great as any Tig in the deep. That might be the start. But in the sand was stone, strong and true. With the sun's help, the sun burned above oceans of sand. Hewed the stone and built as great as any Tig in the deep. But in the sand was stone. Strong and true. Sun burned above oceans of sand. Ah, hang on. Oh, I got it. So, this one. The sun burned above oceans of sand. And then this one about the stone. And the sand was stone. And then old mate did the stone stuff. And then sun's help. It prospered and grew. Oh, double dip on the mosaic pieces. Yo, we got the body in the jar and we got the flaming bottle. We got the flaming bottle. Anyone want a flaming bottle? Because that's not terrifying at all. Okay, we got stuff. Yeah, I might just wear the helm of the Draska. Who's my rogue? Get some dexterity in you. Can you even wear it? You can. Nice. Give you that. I'll figure out the accessories later. Alright, that's that tomb done. We can move on.
Cassandra, who's Regalian?
No one to concern yourself with.
You were thinking about the time you...
Now I'm thinking about something else. Can you guess?
My hat wouldn't fit there.
God, that could be anything. Where's Cole getting shoved? Interesting. A previous lover, perhaps? An ex-lover, maybe? Interesting. My hat wouldn't fit there. Shove Cole's hat where the sun won't shine.
It is interesting to hear a mage's perspective of our abilities, Solas.
I am pleased you find it so.
I know my abilities do not come from the Maker, as I had once thought.
Your abilities declare the world real. Who, if not the maker of this world, could grant such a gift?
You believe in the Maker?
I am always open to new ideas.
I'm always open to new ideas. Interesting. Is that really true, though? Ah. He clings to a lot of previous ideals and information.
That's the last of them here.
An excellent watchtower. With a strong pair of eyes, you could spot a mouse crossing the sand.
Nothing to report, sir.
Nice. You guys aren't allowed to attack us in the camp. We established this camp, now leave. That's so funny. A Colossus tomb. 3 out of 5. Venatori orders. We still have only found one of those diary pages. We are close to unearthing the secrets the old dwarves buried here. The Elder One will doubtless be pleased with our success, but be vigilant. While our work has gone well, the Inquisition and their false herald were seen traveling towards the waste. Go nowhere alone. The felon is surprisingly capable for a southern mage, and rarely travels without allies by her side. We cannot allow the Inquisition to take this place from us. If you are pressed, retreat to our main camp behind the Sunstop Mountains. Extra guards will be posted. The Elder One will prevail. Okay. The main camp is right there. Perfect. As intended.
I can feel another of the elven artifacts.
Yep. Probably a bit far away from that now, mate.
You're sad about the Seekers.
That takes no magical gift to understand, Cole.
The room with the candle. It wasn't a lie. Your faith was real.
The same could be said for Lambert or Lucius. A single moment of perfect faith does not make one immune to fault.
Belly knotted, the candle burns like the sun. No voice but my own for months. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked, and do not falter.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just.
It will be enough.
Very nice. What is that? Oh, okay. I couldn't highlight it. I could just take it. Oh, hang on. What the fuck? Okay. Little confused. So there's also a random floating crate. Harry Potter and the camp of the floating crates. Okay. And the mysterious item that I like could pick up but then can't do anything about. And also appears somewhere else but can't do anything about it. I don't know. Strange. Okay, the camps have been established. That was like the first things first. We'll do the camp. Patrol, shards, and sizable Venatori presence. I guess we'll do this because this seems to be sort of like the main thing. You clear out the Venatori, and then you can all sort of go, hooray! So I think that's sort of what's going on here. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that weird item that we could take. Oh, I love that the enemies are still here. This really is just truly special. So if you never kill these enemies and establish the camp, they stay here and they do not attack you. It is amazing. Okay. That's truly wonderful. Okay. We'll head towards the Venatori camp in the mountains for sand and ruin. And honestly, I think that's probably all that we will do here. There's just obviously some additional, like there's tombs to raid, and you go, wow. And then that's kind of it. I'm sure it's cool. I'm sure it's fascinating. But the area isn't grabbing me a bunch. It is quite empty.
Cole, I found a locket on my pillow earlier.
It was Anthony's.
It was my grandmother's, actually. But it had Anthony's portrait inside. I thought I'd lost it.
You did lose it. I had to fight a rat for it.
Oh? Thank you.
He wasn't a very big rat.
That's amazing. This is great having these two and what they talk about. Cole and Solus talk about confusing things. Cole and Cassandra just talk about family past and Seeker stuff, and it's very insightful into Cassandra's personality. I really like it. Gives us a lot more Cassandra. But yeah, we're just really just jumping off cliffs in this area, and it is very big and open. I feel like we've navigated through the main set area here. We've got all the camps. We're taking out the Venatori. And like I've said in an earlier episode, there is potential, right, that we could do cleanup duty after everything's said and done. We can then comb through things for all of the other stuff that's left over, you know? But I think we can call this trip through the Hissing Wastes, at least our first trip through the Hissing Wastes, a success. Getting all the camps established, diving into what the Venatori are here for, getting some of that Dwarven lore with the tombs. But I will be honest, there isn't a part of me that's really aching to track down all those other 7 letters that you have to just randomly stumble across, because we still haven't found a second one yet, just even going through all of this, so they're probably just tucked away, unfortunately. We got a titty statue that's holding up this this pass here. Nice. Excellent craftsmanship. Someone was really like, put a little fire thing there so it lights it all up. And here's our Venatori camp. Let us extinguish their final flame in the Hissing Wastes. was gonna say, there should be more than 3 people, right? Yes.
You say you've witnessed past events in the Fade, Solas, or the memories of them. But the Fade distorts reality. Surely it cannot offer a true reflection of what occurred.
Are your own memories any different? The truth is never precise, regardless of where you are.
Alright. Everything he says now about his Fade stuff is just so suspicious. Still love it though. Of course I do.
Hold still!
Ooh, we might find another one of the letters. We can search around here. Oh, nope. Bottle of Thetis, 25 out of 29. It's been a while. Silent Plains Piquette, an artisanal treatment of a Tevinter slave wine. Grape pomace is soaked and pressed, then buried for a year under the wastes where the first archdemon fell, one assumes. They keep finding the stuff.
Are you unharmed? I did not expect so many.
This must have been the Venatori's main camp.
They can't do what they came for. We stopped them.
Come on, we should still find what they were after.
Oh, okay. Search the camp for more. Ah, there it is. Draft of a letter to Venatori Magisters. Fellow Magisters, we've been given a chance to redeem ourselves after one of our own failed Corypheus at Redcliffe. The Dwarven relics in the tombs are instructions on recreating the masterpieces of one of their finest paragons. They are to be excavated, replicated, and brought back for study. The Elder One is generous to let us prove our worth. We cannot disappoint him. Do not spare the slave. Speed is crucial to our success. Let us set an example to the rest of the Venatori, mages and commoners both, with our obedience to the Elder One's will. There it is. That is what they were doing here. Surprised that's not something for us to get, but there you go. They were rebuilding, they were trying to rediscover what the Paragon was doing here. And that's the Hissing Wastes done for now, which is pretty good. So that means next time we are going to the Deep Roads. So we'll be doing the second DLC, which will be very fun, and then we will check that out. I'm not sure how long that'll be. We did the Jaws of Hakken in about 3 episodes, but there's still some things for us to do in the Frostback Basin, some leftover tasks as well, so we'll just have to wait and see. But that brings this episode of Dragon Age Inquisition to a close. Thank you so much for joining me today for our expedition into the hissing wastes, and I'll see you next time.